This is my video for homework 8, problem 9. Show that if x1, x2, and down to xn is a Markov chain, then it is statistically determined by its second order probability masses. That is pxi equals small xi, xj equals max xj for any ij equals 1, 2, and down to n. That is the. We can refer to the answer here. If we see that if x1, x2, and down to xn is a Markov chain, sorry, we know that p, the probability of x1 equals x1, x2 equals x2, and down to xn equals this. The conditional probability of xn equals xn when these satisfies, and multiplied by the probability of that this satisfies. And we can break down this part and then break down x minus 2 and so on and so on and so on. We find that this term equals this conditional and this conditional probability and goes on to this term. And we annotated it as number 2 because we have a number 1 in the previous answers. We notice that the probability of xi equals small xi is the sum of k from minus infinity to positive infinity. The probability of xi equals small xi, and for xj equals k. This is the second order probability masses part of it. We take the sum. And for the probability of xi equals xi conditional, in the condition of xi minus 1 equals small xi minus 1, we find that this is some normal operation. We find that it equals to probability of xi equals small xi and xi minus 1 equals small xi minus 1 over the probability of this condition. And the probability of this condition can be found with this term. We now can see that each term of this long expression here, this probability, that is all these conditional probabilities multiply together, and then finally this single probability. Each term of 2 can be determined by some elements of the second order probability masses. We know that we can find these conditional probabilities with this expression, and we can find this probability by this one. That is to say, every term that can lead back to some elements or the sum of some elements of the second order probability masses. And therefore, we know that the Markov chain, the ordinal Markov chain, can be determined with only the second order probability masses.